Hi, how are you? I'm Mr. Muso. We want to revise, we want to talk about Zimbabwean history. Here is our question. To what extent did the Victoria incident of 1893 lead to the outbreak of the Anglo-Ndebele War? That is our question for today. Let's underline the keywords on our question. To what extent Victoria incident of 1893 outbreak Anglo-Ndebele War. So are we saying that the Victoria incident, did it contribute to the Anglo-Ndebele War? What about the other factors? We are going to talk about these factors on the other side of the question. The Victoria incident led to the Anglo-Ndebele War. It is because Chief Gomara, he cut and carried away 500 yards of telegraphic wire, possibly to make snares. He was ordered to pay a fine, and he paid a fine using Lobengula's kettle. Another chief in Mashonaland Bere stole Lobengula's kettle. That led Lobengula to invade. That led Lobengula to attack Mashonaland, especially Mashingo, where there was Chief Bere and Chief Gomara. That on its own led Jameson to take it as an opportunity to declare war against the Ndebele. The Ndebele were told to move away from Mashingo. As they were going out of Mashingo, the Indunas were killed. Gandani and some warriors were killed. When they were killed, what happened? The Ndebele started to prepare for the war. So the Anglo-Ndebele War contributed to the Victoria incident because it acted as an immediate cause that sparked the Anglo-Ndebele War. However, on the other side, there were other factors that were responsible for the Anglo-Ndebele War, which were these factors. Number one, we talk about the issue of minerals. The whites could not get enough minerals in Mashonaland. They thought that Zimbabwe was minerally rich. Their failure to find the second gold, the El Dorado, the second rand frustrated them. So they now wanted to move from Mashonaland to Ndebele. Why? They were now saying that the country's gold reserves were in Ndebele. So the failure of finding the second rand, the El Dorado, the gold in Mashonaland led to the Anglo-Ndebele War. There was also the issue of boundaries. The whites created boundaries which were not supposed to be violated by the Ndebele, but the Ndebele violated the boundary issue in 1893. They crossed and they went to Mashonaland in Mashingo. That on its own led to the Anglo-Ndebele War, which acted as a spark, which acted as an immediate cause for the war. So the boundary issue also led to the Anglo-Ndebele War of 1893. Then there was the shifting of attention from Mashonaland to Ndebele. The whites wanted to shift from Mashonaland. Why did they want to shift from Mashonaland? It was because of their failure to find minerals. They now wanted to come to Ndebele. But coming to Ndebele, it was going to lead them clash with the Ndebele, and that inevitably contributed to the Anglo-Ndebele War of 1893. So the issue of our shifting from Mashonaland to Ndebele, it inevitably contributed to the war in 1893. Then we talk about Jameson's character. Star-Leander Jameson, we see that he hated the Ndebele, whom he regarded as miserable people, whom he regarded as destructive people, and it was going to be a blessing if their kingdom was destroyed. That nature, that character of Jameson now, it led him to clash with the Ndebele. On the Anglo-Ndebele War, we saw that on the Victoria incident, he had to shoot Mgandani and some few warriors. That on its own angered Lobengula, and it was used as a spark to justify the Anglo-Ndebele War. So the character, the nature of Star-Leander Jameson, the vice president of the BSAC, contributed to the Anglo-Ndebele War. So what are we saying? We are saying that the Victoria incident, it acted as an immediate cause. It acted as a spark which lit the fire, which lit the war. But however, there were other causes that led to the Anglo-Ndebele War, which were these: the character of Jameson, which were these, the issue of minerals, which were these, shifting of attention from Mashonaland to Ndebele, which were these, the issue of boundaries. So that is how we answer this question. Thank you so much. I am Mr. Muso.